Hi everyone, it's Kiara. Welcome to Flosstube 34. It is March, I think 9th or 10th, maybe March 10th. It is March 10th, 2024. It's been about 3 weeks since my last Flosstube, and for a while I hadn't really been doing anything. I had been sick, was finally feeling better. Let's see. When did I'm trying to see when I filmed the last time. Well, it must have been after I came back from Disney. It said about YouTube said it'd been about 3 weeks. I know when I did a quilt tube, but when did I do a floss tube? Anyway, I don't know when it was. It was about 3 weeks ago. And I didn't really look. This is back on February 19th. I have like almost no stitching, almost no nothing, because I was so sick for a while and I just didn't feel like doing stuff. I did meet my February whip goals, which were some ornaments, and do I have my whip go? I don't think I have my whip go board here. I made my goals. Then the next numbers were 1 and 10, which was one was to work more on the Primrose Cottage 9 patches, and the other was to work on this Disney home thing, and we'll talk about that because I am hating stitching on that. But I met my first March goal of, my goal was to stitch on 2 of the 9 patches. And I did, is this one? No, this is only has one thing on it. Okay, here it is. This is a piece of 25 count, I think mushroom Lugana. And I've just been like filling in different places. So the first one I did was this July patriotic one, and I actually think I've stitched this before, but I can't find it, and it's supposed to, here's the picture. I'm actually trying to finish these because my daughter would like them. So here it is. I did not put the little white things on the firecracker. I was lazy. I did not feel like doing those. And then the next one I did is, I believe this is August. This is the August 9 patch. And when I bought these with all the threads with them, with the floss pack from Primrose Cottage. And okay, and here's August. Now I'm debating trying to fit in, because I think I'm going to finish these all as pillows. So I think I'm going to try to fit one more in right over here. If not, I think I'm just going to use this, which is this is a 25 count. This is a 28 count Lugana hot cocoa. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'll show you what I have left. I have September, which I don't know. I might need to go find something a little bit darker. I might have to find something a little bit darker. And then I have, what did they use? Let's see if I can figure out what they said. No, I can't find it. And then I have this one. So I have these two. Now, what I'm thinking of is pulling these out and finishing this for the rest of March. They only take like a day and a half. So I may do that. I may pull these out and do them and call that done, even though they are on my whip go board again. Oh, excuse me. That way I can start finishing things up. Now, if I can find room on here to fit the last one, I might, but I also just cut some fabrics apart, trim things up, so I might just do that there. So that was one whip go goal. The next whip go goal, and I still have time, so I might finish it, I don't know, or I might just play with my whip go board. My board, my rules, you know. So that was done. Is this Disney home chart? This has been since 2021 now. I only started stitching in 2020. Taste change. This is it. Okay. And part of this I know is the count, the fabric in general. Now I had finished this and now I started the age, and it has some different color that comes through. I'm playing with the idea of 1, scrapping it, or 2, just doing the word home. I don't know. I haven't decided. I've got 2 days into it. The goal is for 5 days total, so I may just suck it up and do the 5 days and see where I am at 5 days. If in 5 days I'm still on the H, it may just go. Or the third choice is just to frog it and just leave the castle and call it a small and call it a finish. Yeah, that's where I am on that one. If you have any opinions, let me know. So that's that one. But actually, that's the other idea why I'm thinking of doing the 2 more Primrose Cottage smalls. Then those will be done, and I'll feel like I accomplished something. Next is on yesterday. I'm just going by projects, not actually when I stitched them. I pulled out, actually, let me take this out of the hoop. Let me just put this needle further down. Actually, let me just put this needle here for now on that. But I want to show you this because yesterday I had finished all of February, in February, of my temperature cottage. This is the 2024 cottage temperature from the Fat Quarter Shop. So yesterday I did my house. See, I did my house, and then I did all through Friday of my temperature. So that's where I am on that. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fold this up. I should cut this piece too. I have all these huge pieces, but let me just put my needle in there so I have a needle when I pull it out. Okay, so that's that. So that's up to date, which I'm so happy because I'm really enjoying that. Next, I have been working on one of my Hands Across the Sea charts. And bear with me a little bit. I have a cut on my finger. I got stitches last Saturday. I did something kind of boneheady. So I have stitches in my finger that come out this week. So I've been working on Rosetta Featherstone, and one of my goals for March was to finish the roof and start on the house. And honestly, right now, I would love to finish the house. And since it's only March 10th, there's a chance. So let me show. Oh, that's just. Now, all of those, for the most part, are on Lugana. This is a 16 count platinum. This was an exclusive to Hobby House Needleworks. So if you notice, the roof is done. I just have to put the color, which is actually the orange that's in the strawberry. I think those are strawberries. Anyway, it has to go in the other chimneys. So I finished the roof, and now I'm working on the house. And right now I'm working on the window, this first window, because that'll help me set up the rest of the house. I do know that I'm missing 2 stitches here, which is this yellow, so I will go and fill them in with one piece. I noticed that when I was counting, I said, oh, I'm missing 2 stitches because the counting was off, but it was in the right spot. So this is on a 16 count platinum. This is a Hobby House conversion. they did a conversion of this to overdyed overdyed threads. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna love her when she's done, but I think once I get this house done, I will be so thrilled, because now it's just little motifs, and with the house there, I can count where some of these others. I have this done, and then I think I have to do all of these on this side, so that'll be really fun. My goal is to get this one done in 2024. But she's actually a pretty big girl, I think. Let's see. She is she's 221 by 206, so she's probably one of the biggest projects I've ever worked on. So I'm excited about that. Oh, okay. Oh, no, this actually did. I have to get a different bag for this. So actually what I'll do is I'll just put this down here. I have an empty bag. Then the other project I've been working on and I am obsessed with, I always swore I was going to be a true Ada stitcher. I wasn't going to try anything, but as you see, I've switched to Lugana. This is actually a 32 count Jobelin from Bestitch Me, this one. And this is, I bought this chart as soon as it came out. I loved it. I love Hands Across the Sea samplers. I love the books. I love the formats. They're very easy to read, which is why I tend to stick to them. She's a sweet little sampler. She's only 79 by 111 stitches. She's cutie. This was done for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. I want to have a few red samplers, and I think I want to put them right over in there, or right over in here, in this room, because they're for me to enjoy. So she's sweet, and I love her. Now, I jumped in this year, and I decided I'm going to try all the different counts. I have a project going that's 25 counts Lugana over 1. I said, I'm just going to jump in. I'm going to do it. Oh, my dogs are barking. Hold on. Sorry about that. My dogs are outside barking at the kids and the 2 pugs next door. But if the pugs bark back, my dogs go running, and I have 2 big German shepherds. So anyway, she's really sweet. But this chart is, I decided just to jump in and not be scared. Part of the reason I'm wearing my glasses is I've been stitching on her, and I stitch much better when I don't wear anything. If I stitch like this, I don't have to have magnification. I just need a light. So I've been wearing my glasses all weekend so I could stitch. So that's how I made my progress on Rosada. And I might actually stitch on Rosada when I'm watching the NASCAR race. But this chart has over 1. Now, and it switches from 2 over 2 to 1 over 1. So for a while she was in timeout because I didn't understand the chart. Then I started looking at the chart, and I'm like, okay, and it says in it, it's appropriate for all levels of stitchers. So I'm like sitting here and I'm going, I bet you that means it's 1 over 1. And the rest is 2 over 2. So I was like, okay, I understand this now. So she's going to be a red sampler, and I am using DMC 816, and I actually have to see if I have something in my eye. We have horrible weather here. Everything's opening up. I never had allergies till I moved to Arkansas. Okay, So here she is. Now, when I took her out, and if you follow me on Instagram, I posted how much I loved her the other day, and I was only here. I only had A, B, and C, and then I had about half this border and half this. I had none of this and none of this. Now, if you see this, this is all 1/1. And then this border here, this comes down here. So she's really sweet, and then some of this is all done in 1/1 where it's her name. Now this is 32 count Lugana, so she's going to be small. She's only going to be about 5 by 7. So how cute is that? I love her. So that's my whips. That's what I'm working on. I did have finishes because I showed you the 9 patches. A little bit all over the place. It's almost like I forgot what I was doing because we usually do finishes, fully finishes. I haven't fully finished anything, and we're going to talk about fully finishing in a second, and we're going to talk about future plans and things. I know when I stitch, when I sew in here, not going to go into sewing because I've separated my Flosstube and the quilting stuff, but when I sew here, I usually have Flosstube. When I quilt, I usually have Flosstube going. Unless I'm on the long arm. Long arm is old country music. Yeah. Or very old classic rock, depending. Like, it would not be Jimi Hendrix or Pink Floyd because I probably go to sleep. Not that I don't like them, okay? It's not that I don't like them. So, let's talk about finishing. I have a bunch of finishing I have to do, and I have some things I want to make into pillows and stuff. But we're going to talk about my samplers. Okay, everybody says they go to Hobby Lobby or they thrift. I can't find any thrifted frames here. I haven't been able to find anything in Hobby Lobby. And like this one, I think I actually want to have her professionally framed because it was my first time using silk and it was my 50th birthday start. And I just love her. So I have to find out where to get her finished here, or if I send her. She's Annie Morris from Hands Across the Sea, and she was stitched on a 20 count Aida. And this is not another sampler. I actually think I want to get some of this in Lugana. I have to see what count Lugana goes up to, but because I do think I want to try some 36 and some 40, but I don't know if I have to switch to linen to do that. But that's another thing we'll talk about in a few minutes. I have that one. This, I may try to find a frame to do it myself. This is actually the companion piece from Rosetta Featherstone. This was on the, there was 2 charts in there. And this was the other one, and this is on Grace Notes fabric. I don't remember the color. I probably have the rest of it somewhere. If you're interested, just post below and I will go find the color. So there's this Jane Elizabeth Milner, and I actually just found the threads from that the other day, I think. Then this is an odd shaped, I couldn't even find a frame. This is another Be Stitch Me fabric. This is an 18 count scroll. This is from when I was doing the Fabric of the Month Club. And this is another Hands Across the Sea sampler. And this is Martha Guthrie. And I loved this one. I just love the colors on this one. And there are like 4 or 5 small, the Little Gems Hands Across the Sea samplers that I desperately want to do and I want to buy. But I'm trying to be good, and there's so much cute stuff out there right now. And I have some stuff here. What I've been actually doing is I've been going through my charts and things that I have no intention of stitching. I'm pulling out. My daughter's getting first dibs. If she doesn't like them, I'm probably gonna get rid of them. Because there's no sense in them sitting here. Let them go to somebody else and have a little joy. Okay, so let's talk. I want to start all the things. I'm trying to be very intentional with what I start. If I start something, I'm trying to finish things. Another reason why I think I'm going to pull out the 9 patch and finish those up, because then that entire series is done and then I only have to fully finish and it's not hanging over my head. Sounds good, right? It sounds good to me. So I have a bunch of stuff I would like to start. Actually, let's go to haul first, okay? Because I have a little bit, not a lot, and it will lead into things I want to start and work on. So I was watching, I don't know if I was watching Nicola or if I was from Hands Across the Sea, or if I was watching Brenda and the Serial Starter. Or I might have been watching Brenda and the Serial Starter and then went over to Nicola. Well, I have learned if there's an exclusive chart that I really want, I'm going to get it. This was an exclusive chart to A Stitch in Time in Tasmania. It's a Stitch in Time Saves 9. It's a red sampler. So she's a little bit bigger than Annie Bayliss is going to be. She's 159 by 155. Now, if I do her in 32 count like I did Annie Bayliss, she's going to be about 10 by 10. If I bump up to 36 count, she's going to be about 9 by 9. And if I go to a 40 count, she's going to be about 8 by 8, which I might try to go up to a 40 count. But I think I want to do Lugana, or if I want to do, let's see. Oh, this is with 321. I have a lot of 321. So I might do that. But she's so cute. I love her. I love these ones that have cute little sayings like this. And my grandma used to say this, so I love it. And this came from, I ordered it through A Stitch in Time in Australia. Was very reasonable, but it came from Nicola and I got a cute little card with it, and I believe there's like a pattern in there too, so it's very cool. This is gonna go in my, I have whatchamacallit, I have a project bag that I just put things that are very high on my radar to start. Then I went to Hobby Lobby because I needed some threads for projects. Now, back in December or January, Laura from Brenda and the Serial Starter, we're talking, and Laura's making this like bucket or a decorative box that she's putting all Christmas charts to do throughout the year, and with colors and everything. Not necessarily the colors that are in the chart, but just general Christmas colors. I loved this idea, because I have so many Christmas charts I want to do. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought the threads for this chart. Okay. And then they'll just go stay there. Then I bought the threads. I want to do this for in here, and I'm trying to decide what color. I want to do this as one piece, though I saw a picture of Kimberly on a Flosstube or something with these all made as long pillows in a basket. I don't know if I really want a basket of pillows in here. It gets dusty in here from all the fabric and the thread. So I was thinking of doing this on one piece of fabric and then putting like 2 threads between them and then doing them. So I bought the fabric, I bought the thread for that. I just have to decide what count. I might do this on a 28 count. Then I bought the threads for this. Now this pattern I got from Heartland Quilt and Stitch on Etsy. They also have a website under the same name. These rows, I love these rows. They're quick stitches. I had done one on a 16 or a 25 count, or I had done this on an even weave, the patriotic one. So I want to do this, and then I have to figure out a way to frame them. So if you guys have any resources from framing, let me know, because like I don't know where to frame. So there's that. I want to do this. I mean, it's 2 weeks to Easter. I could pull this out and start it now. I don't know, but it's all together and I have the threads now, so that's good. So that was my giant haul. So, that's good. So I have a bunch. I was going, like I said, I was going through my charts, pulling things out that I have no intention of stitching. You know, when you start stitching, you have one taste, then you evolve into other tastes. So these are 3 charts. These are 3 things I would really like to stitch it, so at least start this year. And this one I might order the threads. Though. I might need to actually see what I have. Okay, here's a funny story. I used to have a fairly extensive classic Colorworks collection. It was on a ring. I was cleaning one day and it fell into something and I can't find where it fell into. I said, oh, I'll pick it up later, and I never picked it up, and now I can't find it. It was a ring like this. So I've been using DMC because I really don't want to replace all that classic Colorworks. Though I should probably start, because then I'd find it. So I found this chart, and it's tiny. It's on linen. I'm half debating trying it on linen. I have only one piece of linen in my house, and I'll show it to you in a second. This is on a 35 count. The only piece of linen I have is 28 count. So I don't know if I want to start it on that. So it's this. It's Spring Fling by the Scarlet House. And it's super cute. I do have to get all the Weeks dye works because I have almost no Weeks dye works. I never really had a lot of Weeks dye works. So there's that. And it's small. It's 100 by 73, so the finished design on 35 count would be 5.75 by 4.25. That, or I can look and see what kind of Lugana I have here. I have a small stash of Lugana because a couple years ago, when I was still doing fabric clubs and everything, I had switched my Ada over to Lugana for a bit. And so I have some Grace Notes Lugana, and then I had done a Friday night fight night from Besitch Me, and I got a little bit, very little. But that's the other thing. If you guys have sources for really nice Lugana or Joblin, to me they're about the same. Or here, I'll show you the piece. Actually, I'll save this because this I want to show you for another project. And you all have to tell me if I'm making too much of switching from Lugana to linen. Okay, or I can do it fairly easy. Then I have this one. This is, I would like to do this one too, because it's just, it just makes me happy looking at it. It's called Vintage Flowers by Jeanette Douglas Designs. It's another sampler. I like samplers. Even when I quilt, I make samplers mostly. So there's this. And this one, I would probably have to get almost all the colors unless I decide to just go the DMC route, which I might do, but I kind of like the variegated on this, so I have to think about that. So there's this. My other problem is every time I go to order floss everywhere, it's like sold out. So I get very disgusted, so I just go to DMC usually. Then there's this one. This one has been on my list for years. This is Fanny's Flowers by Shakespeare's Peddler. And this is, I don't know what these are. Does she say what these are? Oh, stitch with sampler threads. 1 thread over 2, or DMC. So it's this one. I just love this one. I don't know why, it just makes me happy. And this might be a good one for me to try. It's 111 by 202, so it's a little bit bigger. But 16, on 14 count, it's 8 by 14 and a half. So it's not horrible in size. That's on 28 count. My thing is the higher counts, I think they look so cute. So, because even when I stitch on Ada, I stitch 18 to 20. So those are 3 that are on my radar that I would love to start. So next I have 2 more charts that I want to show you that I would love to do something with. So, first is this Blackbird Designs. I love this. I don't think it's very big. Yeah, it's not very big. So it's 77 by 140, and I'm sure everybody has seen this. It's been sitting in this project bag forever. This is Merry Christmas by Blackbird Designs, and I don't have a current Blackbird Designs going, so I'm debating starting this one just to have it going. And I think I have all the DMC for this one. And I picked 2 Adas because I was going to do this on Ada, but I think I'm going to find something else. So they want you to do it on 35 count. 35 count Abecedarian by R&R. So there's that. I mean, I picked out Twyla from Grace Notes, and then I have a Scroll by Bestitch Me. But I'm not even sure I want to do this on Ada. So, what would you do? Would you just use your Ada, or would you pick something else? I don't know. I'm very confused. Then, the last thing that I'm itching to start, I need to start this. Okay, I even have the fabric for this, but I'm again, now since I've been doing so much on even weave, I'm kind of changing my mind. Everybody has seen this. Everybody else and their brother has done this. This is Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. I have the floss. I may need 1 or 2, but I have enough to get started. Okay. Actually, I picked some of my own because I couldn't find the floss, and I'm okay with that because one of the ones is like this blue instead of the called for, and this is Forbidden Fiber. I went through my stash and picked very similar. So this calls for a stitch 1/2 on 35 count, and this is a big Mama Jamma, and it's going to be a big one. And since this piece is for me, this is why I'm thinking of changing the fabric, because if I'm not going to be happy on it, I might as well switch it. But tell me what you think, because I do love the color of the fabric I have. Okay, so this is Land That I Love. Okay, she's going to be a big girl, 16.5 by 16, and I'm going to get her professionally framed when I'm done. I even know where she's going to go. And I'm gonna actually go to Office Depot, and I'm going to make some working copies for this, because I think I'm going to blow this up a little bit to do. So, fabric. Oh, and it lives in my bag made by Carrie the Patient Stitcher. She had done a giveaway and I won it, and isn't she just like the perfect bag for my Teresa Kogut? Okay, so here's the fabric. I have a 1/2 yard of this. This is Grace Notes Bradley. She's beautiful. This beautiful fabric. She's gorgeous. But I have this. It won't fit on this, so I can't do this. But this is a Bradley linen from Grace Notes. So, unless you all know of another fabric I could use. Because I do think I want to do it on 36 count, and this is an 18 count. So it'll be within the guide. I don't want it any bigger than the 16 by 16.5 by 16.5. So that's where I am. So if I don't start it on this, I have to order fabric. So tell me, what color should I order? I'm so indecisive. And am I gonna have trouble stitching on this? This is 28 count. And this is a linen. Am I gonna have a trouble with this after stitching on even weave? Because I haven't done that. But I'm thinking, any tips for stitching on linen? What do I need to know? Because, see, linen scares me because of things like that. I don't know what to do when you run into one of those, like, slubby things. I think they're called. Like, can you see that? Like, what do you do with that? I don't know. I mean, I know you're not supposed to sew in them, I'm assuming, but what do you do? That's a thread to something. So, that's all I've got. I did pre-order 2 things from Nashville Needlework Market. I ordered Nelson from Plum Street Samplers, and I ordered the Prairie Schooler 2024 Santa. I do have several carts in different places with different things, and I need to whittle it down because I actually saw several things that I do want. So probably the best thing to do is make a running list and hold it till I'm ready to pull the trigger, and I've whittled down some of my whips. So life is going good, kids are good. My oldest just went back to Waco for, or as she affectionately calls it, Wacko, from spring break. She's been interviewing for some internships, working on her thesis, working on classes. But that's what I've got to say. My husband's good. My son actually, good news, my son was discharged from his orthopedist. He no longer has to see the orthopedist when we need new braces. We just have to message her and she'll send the order in. But he's doing good. My Samantha's doing good. So that's what I have to say. This is gonna be a rather long one. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't realize I had so much to say. So please give me advice about how to stitch on linen, where to get things framed, especially odd size things, and I don't want to spend a fortune. The only one I'm really willing to spend more on is Annie Morris, because she was my 50th birthday start. If I can find a frame I can do it myself, I'll do it myself. I've framed things before. It's not horrible. But I will talk to you all soon. Follow me on Instagram, like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things. On Instagram, I'm Kiara DVO. Here I'm Kiara Osborne, really original, sorry. And I will talk to you all soon. I'll probably, if I finish something, I'll probably post it on Instagram first and then share. But I'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll probably see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.